Welcome to the Axiom. New file detected. Launching file.
So now this is past the demo. This is where the demo ended. Now I'm going to number 5, the intoxicating dinner party. So this is all going to be new from here. And I hadn't really remembered any of the other things. So, okay, so I can go upstairs. You sure are fine coats. An expensive cigar. I thought this was a child. Never mind. Little Pip. Run to the city and grab me some Ash Blair tobacco and a bottle of gin. I will pay you back. I'll pay you when I am back, David. Ah, so this is the Ash Blair tobacco. Okay. So we have many coats, an overcoat and a hat, an overcoat and a hat, a box of cigars. Dear Miss Richards, 1788. I enjoyed your company tremendously when I visited your father last month. I am certain that you would wish to hear the rest of my thoughts on the shortcomings of our society. I invite you and your father to a dinner on April 8th at my manor. Sincerely, Edmund Cloudsley. Dear Mary, here is something for your diary from me. For you, I would fight a tiger and win. Peter Batley, 1788, March 5th. Okay. Ooh, we have a syringe with some liquid left in it, hidden in the pot. We can go up and we can go to the right. Let's go up. Oh my. We have a salad untouched, a glass full of cloudy liquid untouched, a partially empty glass of a clear liquid. So this guy only drank water? Am I supposed to try to figure out who these people are based on the meals they ate? A partially empty glass of cloudy liquid, a partially empty glass of red liquid, a partially eaten piece of roast. A partially empty glass of red liquid, a partially eaten salad, a partially smoked cigar. A partially eaten piece of roast, a partially empty glass of red liquid, a partially empty glass of liquid amber, partially eaten salad, partially glass of yellow liquid. Okay, that's all going to become very important later. This is horrible. An embroidered handkerchief. There's no embroideries on it, although she is presumably wearing the pink coat. It's poison! Nobody such a thing and nobody move. I'll send for the doctor right away. Embroidered handkerchief. We have a heart key and a square key. She does seem rather unwell. It's extremely upsetting. 4 pounds and a shilling. Oh, this is... Rings with various gemstones. 4 pounds. The lady is not breathing and her face is blotched. So this is, Beatrix. No. Rose something. You killed my aunt, you devil! I should execute you on the spot. Pack of cards, 2 pounds, a fork. We have an opaque bottle labeled water. We have the roast. We have a salad bowl, a half-full carafe of amber liquid labeled brandy, a half-full bottle of red liquid labeled wine, an almost full caraffe of yellow liquid containing lemons, and a half-empty bottle of cloudy liquid labeled peptic tonic. So presumably, the only person... So she's the only one poisoned. These 5 were all having dinner. Who was the only one to drink something of one thing? Cloudy liquid untouched. So this person only drank water. This person drank the tonic and the wine. Okay, so it wasn't the wine that was poisoned. Amber liquid. So it definitely wasn't the wine that was poisoned. Oh my lord, this has nothing to do with me. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the witch... wow. Note to self, if you get frustrated when working, remember the tale about the rich lord who married his donkey and you will feel better. 1 shilling. We have 3 different keys, small simple key. Ensure that the beautiful lady sits next to me during dinner and I will slip you a shilling. Peter. So I have to see who sat next to each other. The beautiful lady, the lady in pink, since that's his relative. All right, so I think we've discovered everything in here. Holy crap, so much. This clue has been added to the thinking panel. Okay, we have a safe with the golden idol in it. Oh, it was Edmund. Edmund Cloudsley. This is his manor. He ordered his coach to murder Willard Wright to get the idol. Well, well, Edmund. You seemed pretty pleased after the old boy passed away and a spot freed up for you in the House of Lords. Take care of those with whom you ally. I have many friends and will deal with you swiftly if you dare cross me. Lord George Bridges. Interesting. The revolution will come for the likes of you, you crooked bastard. So you will pay for your sins against honest common folk with your blood. Final Vanguard. Dear Uncle, February 1st, 1988, I hear you are interested in Lady Richards. I think you are too old for her. I shall court her instead. Secondly, please lend me £300. It is small change to you, and I am desperately in need of it at present. Truly yours, Peter Badley. Edmund Cloudsley, once more you have failed to answer our requisition. This is the last warning you will receive. Your transgressions against us demand amends. The only course of action you have is to surrender yourself to our justice. Last chance for repentance, serpent, or we will unleash one of our stewards upon you. Brotherhood of Masks. Interesting. Oh, that. So, dear Edmund, this cannot continue. Since my return and move to Sebastian's manor, he has asked for financial support 7 times. He clearly is unable to take any monetary responsibility. Please, I need your help, my dear brother. So that is talking about Peter, presumably. Dear Edmund, I like your idea. Let's send him to colonies where his violent nature will make him feel more at home. I hear you are having dinner with Lady Mary and her well-to-do father, Lothar. If Peter and I were to join you, we could beguile him with tales of adventures in the colonies so we can ship him away. Mrs. Baker starting date, position housemaid, yearly wage £7. So there's still people we haven't met yet. Platinello, Ideal Republic, visions of a utopia with order and structure. Secret codes. So trivial ciphers as reading only the first word of every line are easy to produce on short notice, but extremely unsafe and easy to decode. Consider a simple example. Money as denominator of value has evolved and changed a lot. Still, in savvy hands, it is a powerful tool, so money has changed hands. Reading the first word of every line are easy to produce. So... Nope. Hang on. Okay, that's not a thing. Maybe one of these. Nope. Not that one. Nope, not that one. Once hour warning your amends, the two nope. I, Richards, for instead, second, nope. Okay. So we don't know. The door is locked. We have, oh my goodness, we have so many things. A stack of candles. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. Remember to take the 4th one from every row. 2 shillings and 4 pence, an ink pot. Okay, so this... So now, in that case, we're doing the 4th one from every row. 2 sealed bottles of cloudly liquid labeled peptic tonic. A sealed bottle labeled opium. Due to the sensitivity of your stomach, I advise abstaining from alcohol for the next month. Also consider a glass of peptic tonic before eating to avoid upsetting your digestive system. Ah, okay. So that tells me who was sitting next to where. Every 4th word. Continue and no. Okay. Idea, violent, no. One of these, pleased, boy, freed, lords. Those have with, no. Come of, nope. Have is, nope. Are you shall, nope. Okay. Oh, maybe the donkey one? Oh my. Okay, hang on. The door is locked. We have so much. Mademoiselle, the laceless count, the besmirched lover of Lusitana. I will not change the rule that the staff member who has worked here the longest gets the bottom room. Do not bother me with such nonsense again, Edward Cloudsley. Longest do nonsense. Nope, okay. Staff members who've been here the longest get the bottom room. A knife. Okay. We have, oh, a pair of twig dolls and a bottle of pink liquid partially empty. Once your target has ingested the love potion, establish eye contact and hold it for as long as possible. In most cases, the effects will be felt within 2 days, depending on your appearances. Depending on your own appearances. Oh? So, someone spiked one of the drinks with love potion. So, one of the maids spiked the drinks with love potion. But Peter bribed the butler to make sure he was sitting next to the pretty lady, so somehow the seats got switched. All right, let's go down here. Ash Blair finest tobacco, a set of lockpicks, a pistol, a dagger. David, clean up the barn until Wednesday. I plan to continue experimenting with the artifact. Edward Cloudsley. So this is David's room. Oh, a bag with 2 key duplicates in it, which are hanging from, like, this side of the house. Interesting. A stack of candles. April 7th. Dear Diary, this has been an ordinary day, mostly spent in preparation for tomorrow's dinner. I do believe the time has come for me to ask for a raise in salary after all these years I have loyally worked here. It is a difficult conversation to be had, but I will strengthen my will and talk to Master about it tomorrow. Hortius, the wise slave, fables about rulers that make you think. £1, 2 shillings, an ink pot. Okay. A sealed pot labeled print paint. Down with parasites. Too long have they feasted on our blood and sweat. Okay, so we have the door is to the outside, not locked. Of course I can give you some candles for your room, Lucia. I assume you are itching to continue reading that scandalous novel. So that's Lucia. Dear Ada, I have to use this letter to share some good news. There is no substance to the claims that your late husband used his position to squander church money. The judge has decided to remove all accusations, and you will be no longer a target of baseless gossip. I truly and sincerely hope this will provide some comfort in these dark times when ignorance and impudence go hand in hand. May our Lord steward over our poor souls. Hold on. Use substance to remove target. Sincerely, Dark Hand Steward. So this is Ada, and she's the one. So, scandalous novel. Lend you some candles for your room. Star Child. A stack of candles. Remember to take one from every 4th row. So, Ada's in the top room. This is Lucia's room with the love potion. Okay. And we have Mattress, Monkey Man, Dark Hand. Monkey Man 1 versus Striped Dark Hand. Monkey Man 2, Tooth for Tooth. We have another duplicate lockpick. Small bottle filled with amber liquid. A couple of pennies, fancy handkerchief, and a shiny pocket watch. And another duplicate key. Thank you, dear. No, I threw it out. I do not read such dirty literature anymore. I do hope our master's guests are satisfied and that Brian served everything as instructed. All simple key. The dinner party will take place on April 8th. Everything should be ready before noon. Prepare roasted boar. Young Miss Richards appears not to enjoy meat, therefore prepare some alternative side dish. Okay. Door is not locked. This is the pantry. 3 loaves of bread, some lemons, a sack of flour, a basket of potatoes, a pair of opaque bottles labeled water, a big piece of meat, cut vegetables. You have this window, or thing. A full and sealed bottle with an amber liquid labeled brandy, full and sealed bottle with a red liquid labeled wine. Mrs. Smith. 2 eggs and a pot of tea each breakfast. No heavy food for dinner. You are responsible for little Pip doing all his errands. Mr. Walker. I am to be woken up and dressed at 7 a.m. I expect to receive my daily newspaper by noon. Mrs. Baker. I expect all my rooms to be cleaned every day, twice on the days I have visitors. N.B. David Goran's job requires that he may arrive or leave during night. No complaining about this. Edmund Cloudsley. Okay, so I found all the words. I also completely forgot about the syringe. So it might have been delivered, the liquid might have been delivered using the syringe. Okay. Thinking. Blank blank wanted blank blank dead, and thus blank blank poisoned the blank and hid the necessary key in a blank. At the dinner party, blank blank ingested the poison and died. Ah, so I also need to see if the food and drink were poisoned. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, so this is little Pip. This is Peter Baddeley. The dead woman is Rose Cubert. This is Edmund Cloudsley. This is something Richards. And this is the father. Hang on, so let's go back. Run to the city and grab me some ash flare, tobacco, and a bottle of... So David Goran, I'll pay you when I am back. I don't think David is here. Oh, so who was staying here is the question. So, as well. So this is Ada's room. This is Lucia. Brian served everything as instructed. So this is Brian. Oh, I can zoom in. I didn't realize. Pick me up some Ash Blair tobacco. So this is David Goran in the second room. David Goran is the second room. Ada something, Lucia something, and presumably Brian is down here. And then if we go back to exploring, hexagon key, the heart key is what accesses the drinks. Okay, so Mr. Walker. So presumably this is Brian Walker, I think. This is Ada. This is Lucia. This is something Richards. Which names haven't I used? Vanguard, Stewart, Monkey Man, Dark Hand. Okay, so Smith is, it looks like the cook, Baker. So it's Ada Baker and Lucia Smith. So Ada Baker and Lucia Smith. This is Richards. Maybe this is George Bridges. Who is Mary? Where did I get Mary from? Oh, dear Mary. Okay, duh. Okay. So this is Mary Richards. This could very well be George Bridges. 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Nope. I'm confident all of these are right. Oh, the father's Lothar. Let me see. I found all the words. Yeah, her father's Lothar. I forgot about that. Well-to-do father Lothar. What other names do I have here? I have George Bridges, who's not here. Oh, wait. Would it be Lothar Richards? Is it that simple? Okay, cool. I was massively overthinking this. Okay, so Ada Baker, Lucia Smith, Brian Walker. Someone was staying here. Was it? I don't suppose. Dark Hand Steward? 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Okay. But I know all these are right. A small bottle filled with amber liquid. Does that mean that the brandy was poisoned? Okay, hang on a sec. Let me see if I can figure out where everyone was sitting. So, the lady, Miss Richards, does not like meat. So, cloudy liquid untouched, clear liquid, a salad untouched. Someone had wine. The guy had a cloudy stomach. So, Miss Richards would have been sitting here, here, or here. Peter wanted to sit next to Miss Richards. Hold on, the cigar... Whoops. You're the one who had the cigars. You both have the same hat. This looks kind of rag. I think that's Peter. Maybe? But no, she doesn't like meat, so... Peter would have to be sitting elsewhere. You had the tonic, which is the cloudy liquid. Partially eaten piece of roast. Okay, let me see in here again. Abstain from alcohol for the next month. Consider a glass of peptic tonic. Cloudy liquid. Okay. So, Cloudsley would not have alcohol. Would have tonic. Cloudy liquid. So these two are cloudy. This person had wine drink. So Cloudsley sat at the head of the table. So Edmund Cloudsley sat at the head. Maybe the Lothar. Maybe they would have hung up the Lord's coat. Maybe this is Rose's, actually, because the bow. That would actually make more sense. So her father's the one with the cigars. Which means he sat here. He sat here with the cigar. So Lothar Richards sat there. Which means the only other person who doesn't eat meat is Mary Richards. Peter would have been sitting next to her, which means that Rose Kubert would be sitting there. Okay. And of course, it's the thing where everything is touched. Okay, so the peptide, the peptic, the wine, the roast, or the... Okay. The roast is not poisoned, the salad's not poisoned. So it's either the wine or the tonic. It has to be the tonic. Because that's the only one that's, like, drunk out of all of them. So maybe someone wanted... So the Dark Hand wanted Edmund dead, so they poisoned his tonic. Who is staying here, though? Maybe final... 2 or fewer slots are incorrect. Oh, to Mrs. Smith for 3 years of service. So that was supposed to tell me who that was. Okay. I mean, could it be Ada Baker again? No. Oh, it'd be Little Pip, duh. Little Pip needs a place to stay, of course. Okay, so... The Dark Hand Steward So, Ada Baker poisoned the tonic and hid the necessary key. Oh. The tonic would have been in a safe. In this safe. No, in this safe. The square key. So actually, square key two notches. Nope. Nope. It's neither of those keys. It's this key. It's in the bag. So hid the necessary key in a bag. Edmund Cloudsley, they wanted him dead. Rose Kubert ingested the poison and died. Darkhand Stewart? Was it? Darkhand Stewart? Darkhand Stewart. Yep, okay. Although it might have been George Bridges. Oh, okay, cool. The intoxicating fifth case solved. Ada Baker received encoded instructions from Darkhand Stewart to poison Edmund Cloudsley. She used her ability to move freely throughout the rooms while cleaning and made a copy of the key to the medicine cabinet. She used a syringe to poison a sealed peptic tonic bottle. However, during the party, Rose asked for tonic and drank it first and died from the poison. All right. Chapter 2 of The Cursed Inheritance. Again, the explosive events in the forest cabin. Oh. I mean, let's explore out here first. Burkham Workhouse. Henchmen for hire in Timberwood region. There's henchmen. Billy Cracker. Oakwood Gang, Brawler Robber. Hardy Abe. Burkham Workhouse, Brawler, has a cart. Little Billy. Hobbs Gang Burglar enters through chimneys. Jack Nails, Timberbrook Inn Burglar, Pickpocket. So Hardy Abe is presumably the one we want. A box of confectionery. And a whole bunch of different hats. Listen to how peaceful it is out here. So who is this? Oh! This man is breathing, but appears to have lost consciousness. I do not care what means you use to acquire what I need, but remember to be discreet as always. Note that I do not want it too decayed. The more recently it has died, the better. EC. One of the old workhouse geezers croaked yesterday. I will arrange for a cart to move the corpse if you send me directions. And be quick before they bury him. I do not want to dig up that stiff. Okay, so they're getting a body, presumably to experiment with on the Golden Idol. Key. A loaded pistol. A scarecrow in a wooden coffin. Interesting. So they must have booby-trapped the coffin then? Ah, by the gods, what was that? Gentleman robber strikes in Westbrook. The infamous gentleman robber, Walter Keene, with a number of unnamed associates, held up a coach on the southern road leading out of Westbrook. The scoundrel robbed the passengers of all their valuables, kissed a young lady, and then left. This is already the fifth robbery by the infamous gentleman, who, as is his custom, appeared wearing an impeccable suit and a new hat for the latest city style. The reward for catching Walter Keene has been increased to £100. This is Lucia, isn't it? Everyone, you are not to visit any village or city without my permission. At no point may you disclose the location of the cabin. Oh, this is a secret cabin. Interesting. Okay, so this is like a secret. So Edmund must have gone into hiding because people were trying to kill him. David Goran, you are in charge of all security and arms. Lucia Smith, you will taste any food you cook before it is presented to me. Of course. Little Pip, you are in charge of Black Bestia and Golden Doubloon. Edmund Cloudsley. Go, coin, go! Okay. Ah! A ring with a ruby, a sword, rat piece of confectionery, a loaded pistol. So this is the gentleman robber. Maybe? Oh, so this, like... Is this a vase that exploded or something? So the door broke off its hinges. Yay! Clubbed. Okay, so yeah, the door was broken off its hinges, but from that way. I finally have the location of my target. Meet us on November 10th, Friday, in the Timberbrook Inn and bring all your tools. You get your share as we agreed. WK. Instead of lockpicks, a saw, a loaded pistol. Interesting. A shard of a vase. The golden idol. A small weight is tied to a pull-down lever at the back of the idol. Oh, someone did booby trap it. A rotten apple and a green apple. Oh, Edmund is hiding in the trunk? Vacuum. This simply did not work. After I aimed at the sealed vessel and activated the idol, both air and vessel disappeared. Upon further consideration, it was an obvious mistake. Vacuum version 2. Attempted this with the input and it had a definite improvement. It decreased the amount of air, but curiously still did not create a complete vacuum in the sealed vessel. But it's not creating a vacuum, everything's going out. Oh, maybe it... Opening the vase exploded, like, it interrupted the vacuum. Gold filtering. The target must contain some gold for this to work. Seawater is a suitable target, for example. However, a great deal of seawater would be required for this to yield any significant amount. Perhaps I should try it on a ship in an open sea? First step, get gold by aiming at the target. Second step, aim at an empty vessel to retrieve it. Interesting. Okay. Unknown effect. If the implication of this is what I surmised, this could be a tremendous discovery. The next step is to progress from fruit to some more advanced organic matter. I must have to ask David to fetch me a dead body for the experience. This is vitally urgent. So, speeding up decay. Spontaneous combustion. You cannot combust the target if you have not performed the freezing beforehand. Interesting. The speed at which heat is increased appears to be influenced by how strongly I press the trigger and how long I have performed the freezing spell before it. Observation. Freezing the target rapidly can create curious side effects. For instance, I should be careful when freezing water in a sealed bottle. It exploded and the glass shards flew everywhere. Okay, so they froze the water. Okay. Safety notice. Upon pulling the trigger, if the glyph input is meaningful, the idol will perform the intended action on the target it can see. If the eye is red, it is ready for blank input, and it will turn blue afterwards. If the eye is blue, you can only perform that input, and it will turn red afterwards. A pistol loaded. So right now it's blue, which means it just did what it was going to do, which is not that one. Okay, so I need to grab all these words actually, so let me... So this is the vacuum one. Okay. So, oh, we have all the words now. We have 30 out of 34 words. What do we have? This is Edmund Cloudsley. This is Walter Goran. Or David Goran, my bad. That is Lucia Smith. That is Little Pip. This is Walter Keane. That is Golden Doubloon because he said, go, coin, go. These two dudes, I don't know. Hang on a sec. Let's go back out here. Henchman for hire. Okay, so the dude... So Walter Keane was trying to steal the idol, or trying to steal the valuables. So it has to be... Since he's a brawler, it has to be Hardy Abe and Billy Cracker. So, let me actually go back. Oh wait, Jack Nails. Burglar and pickpocket. So it has to be Hardy Abe and Jack Nails then. So this is Hardy Abe. And this is Jack Nails. All correct. Empty slots. So... Oh, it's telling me the meaning of all the symbols. So this has to be... increased, and this has to be decreased. Because... Okay, so if we go here... Decrease... something, decrease air. Yeah, decrease air. Increase gold, decrease gold. No, decrease gold, increase gold. Maybe. So freezing. Decrease heat, increase heat. Okay, so yeah. This is decrease gold, increase gold. Because the gold would go into the idol, and then the... Okay, so the gold goes into the idol, and then the increased gold, it's the gold that has to be in there. Okay, got it. So this is gold. This is air. This is heat. And oh, this must be matter. Or no, wait. Increase heat, decrease heat. Oh. Increase matter, heat. Decrease matter, heat. So the circles actually matter. Or not? Vessel, both air and vessel disappeared. This is decrease matter. So the circle is matter. So this is heat. This is matter. So Walter Keane needed a... No. So, corpse. Along with accomplices. Oh, needed a corpse. Okay. So, Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Oh, so they booby-trapped. Oh. Edmund Cloudsley needed a corpse. Walter Keene, along with accomplices, delivered a coffin, so they betrayed them. Upon entering, Hardy Abe suddenly clubbed David Goran. Meanwhile, Edmund Cloudsley increased the amount of air, or hang on, let me actually check that. So the idle is currently set to increase air, yeah. Increase the amount of air in a sealed vase. When Hardy Abe and Jack Nails entered the room, the vase exploded, killing them both. Scroll has been fulfilled. No hints access. Yeah. To gain entrance to Edmund Cloudsley's secret forest cabin, Jesuit robber Walter Keene pretended to deliver a corpse to Edmund for his experiments. On entering the cabin, the robbers ambushed the servants, and Edmund locked himself in his study. While the robbers were sawing through the lock, Edmund prepared a trap with the idol that killed 2 of the intruders. What is this? Then, Sakurana, the bandits accidentally set off my master's laboratory chemical ingredients. What happened afterwards? I managed to fend the rest of them off, but my master Lord Edmund Cloudsley got caught in the blast, which severely disfigured him, and soon afterwards he died, bless his soul. So they faked his death. So Edmund's... Wait, if increase matter, I wonder if that could keep someone immortal.
Upload successful. Click here to view previous files. Have a pleasant day.